All right, everybody, we're going to go ahead and begin today. The first position is what we call flat needle. So flat thread the needle. So from your hands and your knees, you're going to take your right arm and thread it towards the left wall. The shoulders on the floor, your head's on the floor. But from there, let your whole body try to lie flat towards the floor so that you literally have your right arm underneath your chest and torso towards the left. Our flat needle will be for 1 minute. This position is focusing on your upper body, your shoulders, deltoids. That's where we hope that you feel this pose. All right, let's go ahead and change sides now. So take a moment to transition. Your left arm is now threading towards the right wall, palm down. If this variation of thread the needle is uncomfortable, then you can always go from your knees and do our basic thread the needle pose. Otherwise, our flat needle for 1 full minute. Okay, let's go ahead and come out of this position. Our next pose is puppy dog. So puppy dog, we will take 2 minutes. The target for this position is your upper body again, shoulders, torso, through the armpits, chest, middle back. 2 minutes, everyone. Try to stay in a passive state for these positions. We're not only stretching and stressing the muscles and the fascial layers of the body, we're also putting gentle stress into the joints of the body. Stressing those joints really prevents degeneration of the joints. So we're looking to go even beyond just those first few layers. Okay, let's go ahead and come out of this position. And we're going to move into what we call a saddle eagle position. So knees could be really wide apart, or just a little bit closer together, however comfortable it feels for you to sit on your heels with your spine tall. Feel free to sit on a blanket. Feel free to pad up underneath your ankles if there's any irritations. Use props. But with your spine tall and your saddle legs, we're now going to do our eagle arm variation. Take your right arm under your left arm as far as you can go and feel that stretch in your upper back. Feel that stretch in your shoulders, as well as the subtle stretch that's happening in your knees, your quads, your shins, and the tops of your feet and through your toes. This is a fantastic combo pose that we call saddle eagle. 45 seconds left for this side. Okay, let's go ahead and change. Eagle arms, left arm underneath now for another full minute. "30 seconds, everybody." With this saddle position in your lower body is putting a nice stress on your ankles, your knees, your toes, the muscles, and the fascia around your quadriceps. Everybody, it's a wonderful position. Keeping that spine tall, trying to stay passive and relaxed. Now we're going to keep the saddle legs. We are going to change our arms into what we call archer arms. So I want you to take your right arm above your head and try to take your right hand down your back with your right arm above your head, bending at the elbow. Your left hand can either just grab your right elbow and help leverage your right arm further into the position and the stretch. Or if you can, your left arm goes down your side and grabs your right hand with your left hand or a towel in between. Saddle archer will be a long 2 minutes for this pose in this side. You are now crossing your halfway point for this pose. We understand this is a long time to be in saddle legs. So again, feel free to use props if you need to use some props. Now if you're feeling that stretching on top of that knee area, that's fine. If it's through the quadricep and through the knees, you're fine. If you feel it more on the inside of your knee, then you need to find a different variation because that's not okay. So make sure that the sensations are through the top of the thigh and through the knee, as far as the saddle variation goes. Now the archer arm should be felt in your shoulders, triceps, all through your upper body muscles. Okay, now let's change to the archer arms on the other side. Left arm will now be above your head, bending your arm. Right hand will help leverage it. Use a band in between your hands if you like to use a band or a towel. 2 minutes, saddle archer. This will be the last 2 minutes for the saddle legs. So you're just about there. You are crossing the halfway point for this side. If you need to adjust at all, this is the time to do it. You have 1 minute left. Okay, undo your arms. We're going to use down dog as our next pose. So come into a down dog. This position, down dog, today is somewhat of an active rebound. So on one level, we're allowing the last several positions to kind of flush out and to feel a little bit of action coming through our body, which is a nice way to really rebound out of all the last positions, especially the saddle legs. Secondly, down dog is a fantastic stretch for your Achilles and your calf muscles. So while you're doing the down dog, feel free to press your heels towards the floor as you continue to lift up through your butt. You should feel a nice stretch in the lower legs. You have 20 seconds. Okay, from here, come down to your knees. Ultimately, come to a seated position we call bound angle. So bound angle, you're sitting on the ground, your feet are together, your knees are bent and pushing towards the floor. Your feet could be closer towards your body, or they could be further out in front of you. It's fine. At some point, let your torso and your body, your head, your neck, just dive in towards the ground, towards your feet. So bound angle will be our longest held position for this routine. 4 minutes in the bound angle today. This position targets 2 specific areas of your body. Your groin is one target area, which maybe not all of you might feel. And the second target is going to be your lower back. So the spine and your groin are the 2 main focuses for this pose. You are coming up on your halfway marker for this position. So if you need to adjust your body, this is the time to do it. If you want to scoot your feet further out or pull them in tighter towards your body, that's fine. Remember, in this position, since we're targeting our spine, the rounding of your back is fine. Just allow it to be a passive rounding of your back. You're just falling into position, hanging out, and relaxing as much as you can. You have 1 minute. And now 30 seconds. Okay, your time is up for this position, so come out of it slow, since that was a long time. I want you to lie down on the ground really slowly, just kind of unfold your body. You're now in the last of the positions, which we call the rebound phase. This is an important phase for the routines. Take some time with it, take as long as you have. Fantastic effort, everyone. We hope it does wonders for your body, for your mind, for your training. So, we'll see you tomorrow.